Welcome to Late Start Piano. My name is Josh. Today I'm going to be showing you a very simple but effective improvisation technique that you can use to take with you, to use this in multiple different keys, or just to get some thoughts going to help you with your own improvisation. So I'll show you the right hand, the left hand, we'll break everything down, and then I'll show you how you can slowly build up to something a little bit more advanced. So first of all, in the left hand, we'll look at that first. We're playing the chords A minor. We're going to play C major in second inversion. We're going to play G major root position. And then finally D minor in first inversion. And back to A minor. If we're looking at this as a major scale, so saying we're in the key of C major, really we're in A minor, but I like to think about the relative minors in relation to the major. It's just easier for me to think about. I think it's easier for most people. So I would think about this, if you want to think about the Roman numerals or the numbers for the chord progression, you could look at it as a 6, 1, 5, and 2. So 6, 1, 5, 2, you can take that through other keys, signatures if you want. But those are the chords. In the left hand, we're going to be doing what's called an Alberti bass pattern. All that is you play the top note, the bottom note, the top note, middle, top, and then back to the bottom. So in A minor, we would play it as the bottom, top, middle, top, bottom. Then G major. Bottom, top, middle, top. G major, same thing. And same with D minor. So a couple things to note there. It doesn't matter if you're playing in root position, second inversion, or first inversion. It doesn't matter. You're still going to play the bottom, top, middle, top, even if it's in inversion. That's going to be the difficult part. In the right hand, it's going to be really simple. All we're going to do is whatever chord we're playing in the left hand, these are going to be our 3-note options. So we can play a C, an E, or an A in the right hand as we're playing this A minor chord. As you can tell, you can't play a wrong note because you're matching what you're playing in the left, so the harmony and the melody are in tune, they're going together well, they're matching. And then, once we do that, we're going to do the same thing with C major. So we're basically keeping the exact same notes, except instead of an A, we're going to be playing that G. And same thing through the rest of those chords as you can go. So do the same thing with G, same thing with D minor. Couple ways you can think about this is if that's too hard for you to go all at once, what you can do is I would recommend just practicing block chords in the left hand. So just work on these inversions. Without breaking it up, without doing the pattern, just work on the chord inversions. Get the fingerings correct, get the timing of it right. Another thing you want to work on is the sustain pedal. So I've been using the sustain pedal this whole time. If I weren't using it, it would sound like this. Right, you can hear the break in the chords, where if you use the sustain pedal, when you go to switch chords, there's still a sound, even though I'm not holding down the key. So if you don't use the sustain pedal, you're going to have that break. It's not going to sound as smooth. So if that's the sound you're going for, maybe you want to do something like this. You can do that, but for this example, for this exercise, we're going for more legato, more smooth feeling, so we want to use the pedal. Couple things with the pedal is you want to hold it down while you're playing the chord, and then just before you switch chords, you can lift up the pedal while your hand goes down. Right? Pedal goes up as the hands go down, and then the pedal goes right back down. If you don't do that, if your pedal timing is a little bit off, or maybe you're holding it for too long, if you don't release, that's the same pedal, it'll sound like this. That's me holding it the whole time, and as you can hear, those notes will blend together and it makes for a much more kind of a dissonant sound. You might get this kind of sound, right? And you don't really want that, which is why you need to lift up on the pedal for each chord change. Once you got that down, you got the sustain pedal down, you got the left hand chord changes down, you feel good about those inversions in the left hand, then you can start adding in the right hand. So what I would do for this is you can play block chords still while just picking a random melody note, like this. Or you can just jump in right into the pattern if you feel pretty good. And you can slowly go up and build as you go. Now those are just the 3 or 4 chords that were used, the 4 chords. You can also, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can start adding things like these big 10th chords in the left hand and just play it like that minus their pattern. So you could do something like that's a little bit tougher because you have such a big stretch. The good news with that one though is you don't have the pattern as much, so maybe that will be easier for some of you. If that's too big of a stretch for you to reach that 10th, you can always roll it like this. And that sounds good too if you want to break it up versus just playing it in like a block position. So a couple different improvisation techniques. The goal with this, definitely get that left hand pattern down first, otherwise it can be a little bit tricky. Once you get that, just focus on playing with the melody notes. You can think of a time like I was showing you earlier, so you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would try to have some kind of time. You can also play multiple notes, obviously in the right hand. I was playing a little bit of thirds earlier. You can do that. You can play sixth as well. Or you can just play multiple notes, for example, on beats 1 and 3. So we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's going to allow you to improvise. Those are just some general thoughts that you can use, some different patterns that you can use. You can take that through different keys. I would definitely recommend starting slow. Start with the left hand and then slowly add in the right hand and just explore. Play whatever you want. You don't have to worry about playing notes that are close like this. You can also do jumps, so you can do octave jumps in the left hand. That's another option for you. All of this is just to help get your brain thinking, help you get to that improvisation. I would advise, and I tell all my students, that you should try to improvise at least 5 minutes per day. Just at the beginning, use it as a nice warm-up. It gets your brain going, it gets the hands going, and it makes you think about what you're playing and why music works. So let me know what you think about that. Questions, comments, let me know down below. I'm also offering lessons. To get started with that, just drop a comment down below and I will reach out to you. Again, my name is Josh with Late Start Piano, and have a great rest of your day.